All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kwadash, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, our two great kings, the gods that the King James Bible speaks of, which again, the true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, who the world in ignorance calls Christ. True name is Yahweh Shai. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Elder Tahar, and on down that rule well. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the whole fellow elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. Alright, so I just want to do a short lesson or however long the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I want to name the video all fiat currencies go to zero. All right. And the US dollar, all right, the Federal Reserve note or the US dollar will go to zero because the US dollar, the Federal Reserve note is nothing but fiat currency, which again, all fiat currencies eventually collapse. And we're witnessing the collapse of the US dollar in real time. All right. And Lord Will's brothers can see on the screen. This is for fair use purposes only. I'm not using this for any monetary gain. This is just for educational purposes only. Fair use. And Lord Will's brothers can see on the screen. I have this article here from the Forbes, and it says worse than 1990. It's like worse than 1971. The U.S. dollar price collapse predicted to ignite 22 trillion Bitcoin challenge to gold. Salakia. All right, so this was put up 2 days ago, and the value of the U.S. dollar continues to tank as we speak. All right, in the article right here it mentioned gold, and that's a sign to show that the dollar is on its way out. Is the crazy spike that gold is hit. All right, gold is hit all-time highs twice. All right, within the last month or so. All right, gold has reached new heights. All right, and all these financial experts are saying that it's a strong chance gold could go to 5,000, 10,000. All right, way higher, 100,000, way higher than what it is now, which really it already is. But we know Esau, meddles and manipulates these gold and silver. All right, which is real money. All right, because really gold and silver is way higher than what Esau got it priced today at. All right, but that's another sign to show that the dollar is on its way out. All right, the spiking of gold. All right, but like the title of the lesson is, I'm not gonna read the article. I just really wanted to use the title of the article. But yeah, all fiat currencies, which the elders have went into this before. All fiat currencies eventually go to zero. All right, and they have. Let's do this. All right. It says the average lifespan of a fiat currency is around 27 to 40 years. All right. So again, the lifespan of fiat currency is around 27 to 40 years. All right. And the US dollar is on borrowed time because the US dollar, which is nothing but fiat currency, let's set that straight real quick.
According to Investopedia, the US dollar, the euro, the British pound, the Japanese yen, the Albanian lek, and the Indian rupee are all examples of fiat money. It's a currency that's backed by an issuing government, so fiat money usually provides some economic stability, but not always.
Right. Some economic stability, but not always. All right. And in this case, we know that it's about to, right along with all these other fiat currencies as well, are all going to go to zero very soon. All right, and that includes especially the U.S. dollar. All right, is about to go to zero. All right, and the U.S. dollar is on borrowed time, man. All right, because it's been around for like 60 years.
60 years. According to home.treasury.gov, the United States dollar has been the world's primary reserve currency for over 60 years. Under the Bretton Woods system, the dollar was pegged to gold and most other currencies were pegged to the dollar. As a result of this arrangement, dollars were used as the main intervention currency and, hence, reserve currency.
Right. So again, we just looked up. I just looked up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua the average lifespan of fiat currency, and it said between 27 to 30 years. So the U.S. dollar, all right, has been the world reserve currency for over 60 years. So really, it's on borrowed time. It's been time for it was been time for this the U.S. dollar to fold. All right, to collapse. All right, but the Most High, you know, allowed you to continue on. All right, allowed you to keep the U.S. dollar, which is one of the main ways Esau keep a stronghold on these nations. All right, by way of the U.S. dollar and the threat of bombs and tanks and your country getting invaded. All right, one of the main strongholds that he has over the world is the fact that the U.S. dollar is the world reserve currency. All right, and that's clearly coming to an end. But now you got OPEC nations. All right, even Saudi Arabia or whatever has come out and said that they're which they've joined BRICS. All right, and the other OPEC nations are coming out saying, yeah, we'll accept other things outside of the U.S. dollar for our resources for the oil or whatever. All right, now America, the U.S. dollar is still the world reserve currency, but again, that's coming to an end. All right, and again, we're witnessing the collapse of this fiat currency system. All right, and we know what's going to replace it. All right, the digital money system, which at the end of the deal with that, again, you're going to have to take the mark of the beast, which the mark of the beast is the microchip technology. All right.
According to Wikipedia, the United States Mint commenced production of the United States dollar in 1792 as a local version of the popular Spanish dollar or piece of eight produced in Spanish America and widely circulated throughout the Americas from the 16th to the 19th centuries.
All right, so it's been around a minute, and it's been the world reserve currency for 60 years, which again, like I said, the usual lifespan of a fiat currency is around 27 to 30 years. See, again, the average lifespan of fiat currency, just pulling it up again, all right, around 27 to 35 years. So the U.S. dollar has been around, a while, and it's been the world reserve currency for, like I said, over 60 years. All right. So it's time for this place to go down, man. It's time for this dollar to collapse. All right. Been overdue for the dollar to collapse. And it is. Again, in real time. And it looks like Trump has been put in office to finish off what's left of the US economy. To tank the dollar, to completely and utterly tank the dollar. And Lord willing, he'll be sitting in office. Lord willing that Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 and 17 comes to pass during his administration. So we're looking at between from now to the next 3 years. All right. And the way things is going, it's hard to see this place going through more years. All right. So sooner rather than later. But he's doing everything to tank this economy, destroy this economy by way of tariffs. All right, another horrible decisions. Him and his cat. Well, really him. Well, it's not even him, Salakia. It's the bankers. That tell him what to do. The shadow government that tells him what to do. All right, they're pulling the strings and telling this man what to do. All right, because they're getting ready. The Most High putting the spirit on them to get ready to bring the Fiat. All right, to bring the micro Fiat after this dollar collapses. After the dollar completely and utterly collapses. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 17, that no man might buy or sell, see Revelation chapter 13, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, say he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right, so that mark, which we know, all right, is talking about the sea hip, all right, the charagma, all right, the needle cuts open your flesh and injects the chip inside of you, all right. All right, we know that's the mark. The micro C hip is the mark. All right, and the Lord said nobody can buy or sell, say, unless you have that mark. So that tells you that the current way that we buy and sell, all right, has to become a thing of the past. And again, we're witnessing it in live time become a thing of the past. The current financial, physical, fiat currency money system is coming to an end right before our eyes, again, in real time. All right, because as long as we do for that shit to collapse. Which when that collapses, the US dollar collapses. When the dollar is completely and utterly worthless, or is completely and utterly hyperinflated over itself so bad that you need, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just to buy some milk, eggs, and butter or whatever. All right, like in Zimbabwe or other countries whose currency have hyperinflated over itself, which means pretty much that the currency is worthless. All right. When your country experiences hyperinflation, that means your fiat currency is collapsed. All right. Even though you still would be able to purchase some things with it, but it would take a lot of dollars to buy stuff. All right. Which at that point, when it comes down to that point, all right, like Ezekiel, like the Lord told us by the mouth, by the prophet of our forefather, um, by the mouth of our forefather, Ezekiel, that they're gonna cast their silver and gold in the street. All right, bringing out the same, scriptures every time I speak on this topic. But we're living in that time, man. We're living in a time of currency collapses. All hell breaking loose, and the ushering in of the digital money system. All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. And they should cast their silver in the streets, and their gold should be removed, and their silver and their gold should not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. And they should not satisfy their soul, neither fear their bowels, because it is a stumbling block for their iniquity. All right, when the dollar goes belly up, all the way up, um, completely and utterly goes to zero. The value of it completely and utterly goes to zero. Or again, it's hyperinflated over itself so bad that it takes so much money to buy so little. All right, that's when you're gonna see just people throwing the money out in the streets because it'll be worthless. All right, and that's when people are going to the masses of people are going to turn to crime, stealing, killing. All right, people that ain't even with that. All right, when shit gets real out here, when shit really hits the fan, they're gonna be on that. All right, they're gonna be on that. Like I said in second Ezra the 15th chapter. All right, one people should stand up to fight against another with sword in their hands. The modern day sword is the gun. So once this system collapses, man, all right, and all hell was problematic and solution, Esau's collapsing this system on purpose. What's left of this system on purpose, this fiat currency money system on purpose. He's collapsing it, and he's gonna come with the solution, which will be the digital money system. And in order for you to use that digital money system, you're gonna have to have the micro chip. All right. So yeah, man, the dollar is on its way out. Again, the average lifespan of fiat currency is 27 to 35 years. And again, the US dollar has been the world reserve currency alone for 60 years. All right. So that shit should have been collapsed. All right. But again, the Most High, you know, um, allowed you to rule longer. All right. Because again, really, that shit should have been collapsed. All right. And this place really should have been destroyed. But the Most High is bound by his words, bound by his prophecies. All right. And he follows them to the T. But that the scriptures say our salvation is nearer than we believe. We're seeing all these things. Like in California, they had a 5.2 earthquake today. Oh, yesterday now. All right. According to Esau's calendar, yesterday. All right. Which that's a sign. Earthquakes, that's a sign. All right. Still got the war going on over there in the Middle East. Still got the war going on between the Ukrainians and the Russians. All right. Wars and rumors of wars. All right. We're seeing those things, and that's how we know we're close. All right. And we're seeing all these moves Trump is making, rather it's signing off on legislations and things like that, which is goally, like he said, is to make Bitcoin the crypto capital. I mean, America the crypto capital of the world, Slovakia. All right. Signing off on these bills and things like that to protect, to make people trust and to trust in that cryptocurrency system. All right, like the other day he signed off on a bill that said the IRS um can't force them companies or whatever that sell Bitcoin or whatever or make cryptocurrency or whatever, can't make them turn over information. Which again, that's just a lot with. He did sign it into law, but ultimately we know they're gonna pull the rug on the people. That was just to get the people to trust it, because a lot of people don't trust it. Say, yeah, the government's tracking us. I don't know if it's a scam or not. So that was to make the people, more of the people to trust it. Oh, well, they ain't spying on us and all that, and I can get it. Yeah, why not? All right, that was to get the people's trust behind it more, the masses of people behind it more. All right, which the masses of people are going to take the Nicaragua anyway. All right, we just pray that the Lord keep myself, the brothers out there pushing on myself from the hour of temptation, which the main goal of the hour of temptation is when that micro C hip has been made mandatory. All right. But yeah, that's it. Again, I was just, while I was at work reading through some articles and watched a few videos, and so the dollar is still tanking, still going down the toilet. And then I just thought, because I already remember Elder Tahar was speaking about how all fiat currencies go to zero. All right, I heard him say that a few times. So Spirit just jumped on me to look it up again. Look it up was the average lifespan of a fiat currency. And again, it says 27 to 35 years. And Babylon, the US dollar alone has been the world reserve currency for 60 times. So for 60 years, Slovakia. So this place is on borrowed time. And the Most High is getting ready to wipe it out. All right. Just like with Nineveh. All right. Just like with Nineveh. The Lord spared Nineveh. All right. When you read the book of Tobit, it tells you that the Lord eventually destroyed that place. All right. And eventually the Lord is going to destroy this place. But before he destroys it, he's going to cause all hell to break loose here. All right. And when that dollar collapses, when people's bank accounts, credit cards, debit cards, cell phones, all right, the ATMs ain't got no money in it and all that no more, that's when we know for sure that's when things are going to get real ugly out here. All right. Real ugly. All right. Which that time is coming soon. All right. So, Salaki for the rant there. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors again to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and safety to you, brothers, that push the truth and sincerity. And the end is here, man. The end is near. The end is near. Shalom.